Hey guys, it's Rob. We're back. We're doing another Hack the Box walkthrough. This time we're doing a machine called Wifinetic. It is a Linux machine and it's rated as easy. I thought the user flag was pretty easy. The root flag, I kind of got lucky because I was desperate. Um, but without further ado, you can see that I am connected to Hack the Box's VPN. I do have Wifinetic spun up, and this is the IP address. So we ran an Nmap scan as always, service version detection, T4 aggressive on all ports. Turns out FTP is open and it allows anonymous logins. You can see it even told me what files were available. So you know where we're headed. 22 and 53, which is probably some kind of DNS, which would be weird because it's running on TCP. DNS usually runs on UDP, but who knows? We'll see. Anyway, so the first thing we do, open up a window and we're going to log in to FTP. You copy the IP address here. And paste it. Oops, and I forgot to put a space in there because I'm an idiot. There we go. So we'll hit enter and we'll type anonymous. Whoa, and it just logged us right in. We didn't even have to put a password. So if we do a dir, you can see there's a bunch of files here. I already downloaded them, but if you don't know how to download a file from FTP, you just type get, start typing the name of the file, tab it out, hit enter, okay? And that's it. So I downloaded all of these files. So we're going to type quit, and we're going to close this window. And we're going to open up our file explorer, and you can see I have all these files. Now one of them is a backup. That's going to be pretty interesting to look at. I opened the rest of these. It's a bunch of documents and stuff. There's nothing really super useful in any of them, at least not that I could figure out. It just basically tells you about an update program that they're going to be doing for their Wi-Fi, and the project. It has some project information. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extract this tarball. So I'm going to say extract here, and you can see it actually opened. It has a directory called Etsy, so I'm going to double click on that. And there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. This password file, if you go in there, I have a username, netadmin. There's some other things in here like shells, profile. I went through every single one of these files. The interesting stuff is here in the config folder. I believe it might have been in the wireless. Yes, there is a shared key that has a password. So I said, heck, let's copy that password and let's try and log in. Copy. So we have a username of netadmin and this password. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll do an SSH netadmin and hit enter, and then we'll paste that password because that's a rough one. And we'll hit enter, and boom, we're in. So now is where it got interesting. We can do an ls. There's the user flag. You can see I already downloaded Linpeas. I'm not going to show you the user flag. I have access to it, obviously. I will show you the root flag, and I'll just make sure it's blurred out. So as you can see, I did download Linpeas, which really didn't help me very much. So what I did was some really like old school stuff, and I'll show you. We'll go through it together. So three things you should always check, or even four. You know, you type history. So if we type history, it just shows the history of what I've typed. No good. So we do sudo, and I cannot type, sorry. Sudo dash tac L and password, which we have still in the clipboard, so we'll paste that. And sorry, netadmin may not run sudo on Wifinetic. So unfortunately, that's not going to help us. Then we always run this string right here. This is always the third thing we do. And that finds all of the files with the SUID set. And honestly, that is a pretty standard set of files. There's not much we can do with that. Now, the other thing that we can do manually is check for capabilities. Now, capabilities are similar to the SUID in the sense that these files will run with elevated privileges, but it is slightly different. The command to find those files would be this. Get capabilities, tac R, starting in the root directory, and then pipe everything that's not what we want or an error to dev null. And there are a few things here, but the one that stands out is Reaver. If you don't know, Reaver is this machine is called Wifinetic, and Reaver is a piece of software that's used to basically brute force WPS, which is Wi-Fi protected setup. It's that stupid button they put on there that you hit the button on your router, and you can you use a pin to connect to the router from a device. It's really not secure, and you shouldn't use it at all. It's got some weaknesses in it, obviously, since it can be cracked. So I highly advise you to not use Wi-Fi protected setup. But if we go, I have a web page up here. What is Reaver Wireless and cracking WPS with Reaver? These will explain everything you need to know about Reaver and WPS attacks. And you can see right here, it's Kali Linux tool. A Reaver performs a brute force attack against an access point's Wi-Fi protected setup PIN number. Once the Wi-Fi protected setup PIN is found, the WPA pre-shared key can be recovered. That's why this is really a bad idea to use. Okay. So let's see here. Let's do an if config. And there's a bunch of interfaces. And one that stands out right away is this mon 0 because it looks like it's in monitoring mode. There's Ethernet 0, the loopback, mon 0, WLAN 0, WLAN 1, WLAN 2. Now, if you type Reaver, there's two arguments you have to supply. You have to supply the interface and then the BSSID, which is the MAC address of the target AP. So if we look, let's see here. Hang on one second. I forgot how to show the MAC addresses of an interface. I gotta real quick just look that up. We're all human. Okay, I'm really a dipshit. I apologize, guys. The MAC address is right here. You could also do IP link show, and it'll show you the MAC address. And I was like, where's the MAC address for Mon 0? It's right here. It just doesn't really look like a MAC address because it's probably nonsense, right? And it's all zeros. So I was a little confused there. But the way you have to run Reaver is, if you remember, let's do it again, Reaver. You have to supply the interface, which would be mon 0, and then you have to supply the BSSID, which is the MAC address of the target AP. Now we're going to try and crack the one that's mon 0. Okay, so the way we do that is we type Reaver tac I, and then it's mon 0, and then tac B for the BSSID, and then the MAC address is, we can just copy that. Let's see, it's right here. Copy. Paste. And then we're going to do tac VB, which is very verbose. We're just copying the example right here, basically. This is exactly what all I did was put our interface in and our MAC address. So now if we hit enter, and something is wrong. We may have to reset this machine, which would suck, but I will be right back. All right, I had to reset the machine. So we're logged back in here, and we're going to see now if we can get Reaver to function. So the problem was probably that I had already exploited the machine, so I don't know if that caused an issue. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy and paste the command again. Paste clipboard. Oh yeah, there. See, I did. I had to reset the machine. So you can see we ran Reaver on Mon 0, and the BSS ID is the MAC address, and then we did it very verbose, and you can see immediately it was trying pins, brute forcing. And now we have a pre-shared key of what is real and what is not, 51121 exclamation point. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to try this with root. So copy selection, we're going to do switch user root. We'll put the password in, paste clipboard. Bam, we are root. So we'll go cd root, cat root.txt, and I will blur this out, don't worry. And there's the flag. So sorry about that, guys. 2 reasons I had to pause the video. I had a brain fart on MAC addresses because it's just staring me right in the face. And sorry, I also had to reset the machine. That happens occasionally. If you do these CTF boxes, you know that occasionally you have to do that, especially if you've exploited it once. A lot of times it won't work again. So anyway, what we did was we anonymously logged into FTP. We downloaded all the files that were available in the backups. We found a password. We logged and a password file, which had a username netadmin. So we logged in with that username and password. As netadmin, I ran actually Linpeas, but it didn't really give me any hints. So what I did was I did my standard checking of all of the typical Linux things, history, sudo tac-l, try to find files with the suid set, and then finally ran a check on capabilities and found that Reaver was installed with capabilities set. So we ran Reaver. It attacked WPS, which is Wi-Fi protected setup. We came up with a password, which you can see right there. And then we used that password to log in as root and obtain the root.txt flag. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you learned something. If I have any links that need to be in the description below, I will make sure I drop them there. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please drop a comment below. I'll be happy to engage with you. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.